Across the nation, I hear that out of the trade schools are not very happy with the results. What are they missing?
You have to be able to learn this properly. You can't learn it all from a book.
Have you learned any tips or tricks on how to train or how to get a guy to work out better?
Yeah, I'm really good with reading people, so there isn't really a trick. I just got to find out how that person's personality is.
So how do you know when an apprentice is not going to work out?
Then you explain something that's very simple multiple times, and it's not clicking, and it drags on a week or two. It's just...
Welcome to Behind the Windshield with Dennis the Apprentice, the podcast where we bring you a diverse lineup of guests, apprentices, seasoned professionals, visionary entrepreneurs, business owners, and master craftsmen every week. I'm your host, Dennis. Yes, I am an apprentice because I'm never going to stop learning and trying new things. I'm a coach, I'm a consultant, and I'm a business owner of a Zoom grain franchise in Seattle, Washington. And I'm on a mission to help hardworking young people get a profitable career in the trades without a college education. So this podcast is for people who are visionary entrepreneurs, apprentices in any trade, people who want to start their own business, and even young people without any experience at all. We bring you stories, insights, and experiences that will help you learn from the success and mistakes of guests and even myself. You can find this podcast on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Let's go! Tim, welcome to Dennis the Apprentice Behind the Windshield at the Great Northwest Adventure Show. Is that an introduction or what?
Right.
So Tim, you're a licensed plumber?
Yes, sir.
And you're a contractor?
Yeah.
From where are you from?
Yakima.
Yakima.
Shepherd Plumbing.
Shepherd Plumbing. Very cool. How many techs do you have? How many plumbers do you have?
We've got about 17.
17. Good for you.
Not trucks, but
perfect.
Employees.
I would love to talk. So you don't know who Dennis the Apprentice is?
No.
So I started this brand called Dennis the Apprentice where my main passion is trying to help young people get traction in their apprenticeship. We're always complaining. I've been run my own company for 23 years now, and it's hard to find good help, and then you find them and we got to teach them everything. So I do a 1-minute video on how to be a better apprentice based on what's going on in my shop.
Right.
So there's always something going on. So anyway, how did you find the industry?
My dad was a plumber.
Your dad was a plumber?
Yeah, he still is. He's a union plumber over here.
Oh, cool. Here in Seattle?
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is where I started.
Oh, very cool.
In 2000, my dad got me jobs right out of high school.
Awesome. So you've been a plumber for 23 years?
Yeah, 22.
Or in the industry?
Yeah.
22. Very good. So how you ended up, now you have your own business?
Not my business.
You work at another company?
Right.
Awesome.
I'm one of the main foremen.
Oh, very good. So how did you know you liked plumbing? How did you know this is your career?
I didn't at first.
You didn't at
My
first?
dad said you need a job if you're not going to college, so he brought me to work.
Awesome.
And I thought I had a job, and I actually didn't at the time.
Okay.
He told the company I had a job, so they're like, "Well, you're going to teach them," because they didn't want nobody green. It's hard to get in the door if you don't know it.
Right. We gotta have some green people though, right?
You do.
You do. Very cool. So now, how'd you figure out that you liked it eventually? Like, what was it that made you stick around?
At the beginning, I didn't like it. First 6 months, I asked myself every day why I'm doing this. Because my dad was also my journeyman, so it was miserable.
Oh my
It
goodness.
was extremely hard. So after I felt like I knew enough, I went to the office and asked to get out of his truck or I was quitting, and it worked. So
It didn't work.
It did work.
It
Got
did
me
work.
out of his truck.
Okay.
But ever since then, I just like everything challenging. My brain goes a million miles an hour, and
Right.
if I'm not thinking, then I get bored.
Right.
So new construction and new buildings and groundwork. I love groundwork. I like the
Awesome.
thinking portion.
Awesome. So I consider that I call it kinetic, where some guys are really good at sitting in the classroom listening to instructor for an hour, but most guys in trades, we got to be out making things happen, thinking with our hands.
Yeah, I feel it's better hands-on.
Yeah.
They got a school in Yakima that's got a bunch of apprentices. They're doing an apprenticeship program there.
That's called Perry Tech, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of what they have coming out yet.
Yeah. Now, why is that? So trade schools, let's help trade schools out. Across the nation, I hear that result.
Right.
That out of the trade schools are not very happy with results. What are they missing?
A lot of them, I think they're just knowing that where, at least over where we're at in Yakima, it feels like a lot of them know that you can make a lot of money plumbing. But then when they go through the program and come out, they argue with you, and it's just mostly just the book. It feels like they're not learning. You have to be out on the field to learn this properly. You can't learn it all from a book.
Right. So there's not enough field
I feel
hands-on?
like that's what it is, yeah. And the work ethic's real hard. You get like 1 out of maybe 20, 30 guys that you find that actually has work ethic that you know will make it.
Interesting. I hear that everywhere. At every, and it's just a trade school in general. Something's missing in that experience that doesn't resonate with the real world.
Right.
Interesting. What do you think, if you were in charge of Paycheck, what would you do different?
Well, now that I've been plumbing long enough, I would probably have a lot more hands-on stuff on the job.
Right.
What we're going to be learning out in the field versus what you can just learn on the book.
Right.
You're going to learn the book, but I would have a lot more what it's like out in the field, so they're not, just clueless when they get out there.
Right. I've had several people call me here in Seattle for an internship type thing. They call me and say, "Hey, I've got this," and I've said yes to every one of them. Come interview. I've never met anybody like they don't show up.
Right.
So I don't know what's going on with that either.
No, everybody wants everything handed to them these days.
Yeah.
Sucks to say.
Yeah. So let's talk about apprenticeships really quick. So a major part of my push is get young people into the trade, but then let's get them traction. So what can an apprentice do to impress you, to make you realize, oh, I should pay attention to this kid. I should teach this kid. He's actually going to pay attention and listen and learn.
Look at me in the eye when I'm talking, not ignoring me.
I love it. So he looks you in the eye.
Right. And
What's that tell you about him?
that he's interested in what's going on and wants to learn.
Okay.
Because I told these guys, my dad was a very good plumber, and the thing is nobody's gonna walk in our house and start pointing at stuff. So I wanted to be better than everybody working our company. That was my goal. But
Where'd that come from? Where'd that come from?
It's the way I was raised.
Just be better, yeah. Okay.
And yeah.
So looking you in the eyes. What else can
just if I'm sitting there explaining something, they're paying attention to what I'm doing, not on their phone, not looking the other direction. I'm pretty lenient, let you have a lot of breaks, but you mess around your phone too much.
Yeah.
You notice they're not interested in what's going on.
Yeah.
I like them to read a little bit of some of the book, like the fixture counts for an apprentice, water carrier, everything like that, the basic stuff. That's going to help them as they're getting out there and understand a lot more.
Right.
But I like a guy that's right there with me, trying to assume or think what tool I need next.
Anticipation.
Yeah.
Of what's next.
Right.
Yeah. Doesn't that feel good when they know what you need next and they got the tool ready to give you? It's not sexual, but it's a climax in. Right. Wow, he's paying attention.
Yeah, and if we're not busy, my head's sitting there thinking of all the other things that could be getting done, even though you might not need direction, but if you're done with something, you don't have nothing, don't just stand there and watch me go clean the truck.
Right. So if there's nothing going on, find something to do, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Look busy. Look
busy, be busy. Awesome. So how do you know when an apprentice is not going to work out? What a couple telltale signs of, this isn't going to work out.
When you explain something that's very simple multiple times and it's not clicking and it drags on a week or two, it's just not going to cut it.
And we have this principle in our shop, clear as kind. The kindest thing to do is tell that kid, it's not you're a bad kid, this probably isn't for you, right? It's hard to say that sometimes.
I'm big on listening. You can be dumb as a box of rocks. If you pay attention to me and you're wanting to learn, I'll take my time to teach you.
Yeah. So my service manager, he started with us the day he graduated high school. The very next day he started working for us.
Yeah, about 2 weeks out of high school.
And no one wanted to take him. And he's like, well, he doesn't know anything. I go, well, you're right. He doesn't know anything. We've got to teach him. And so the first 6 months, it was hard to get people to take him. But the thing was, he paid attention and told him once and he got it. And after about 6 months, he started to be people's favorite. But it took a little effort. So how long do you give a guy to get it before you start to think it's not going to work out?
Well, if it's in my truck, you're going to have a couple of weeks. And if it's not getting it, you're going to go elsewhere. It doesn't have to be gone.
Just a couple
You're
weeks.
not going to be in my truck.
Yeah. That's true, right? I think that's really true. Like if a guy gets it, you tell him a couple times and he's got it, right?
Well, the thing is with me is I've been plumbing too long.
Yeah.
It's not new to me, so I don't want to. I need somebody that I know is worth my time.
Right.
I'm not going to waste my time with somebody that's ignorant.
Right. Here's the deal with that attitude. You're kind of holding a level or you're holding a standard, but I bet you find guys step up to it.
Yeah, that's my apprentice right there on the left.
That guy there?
Yep.
The tall guy?
Yep.
Awesome. So you work with this guy
For the last 2 years.
For 2 years. He's a tough dude. Awesome. That means he's going to be a good guy, right? Because you're learning from he's hard on you, makes you stick to a standard and all that. Yeah. Awesome. Anything? Have you learned any tips or tricks on how to train or how to get a guy to work out better?
Yeah, I'm really good with reading people. So there isn't really a trick. I just got to find out how that person's personality is.
Yeah.
Like I had a couple different, like I had him as my apprentice and I had another apprentice up until recently. Him I can give 3, 4, 5 tasks to tell him the whole thing. The other one, if I tried to do that, it didn't work. So I learned that I could give him one task, let him finish that. But he learned that way. Otherwise he wouldn't have learned.
Right.
If I had to take my time, you just got to find out. If you want to teach somebody wants to learn,
right,
you got to take the time to figure out how that person's going to be able to be taught.
Right, because they're all different, right?
Right.
They're all different. What is it? Isn't there something rewarding about teaching someone that gets it, like this kid? Like I saw your eyes bright up.
It makes me happy.
Yeah. We want to leave a legacy. We want to teach it. This trade has been so wonderful to us, right?
Because I'm super old. The grade's from all the stress.
And so passing it on to somebody that's actually interested in taking it feels so good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Makes me happy when somebody's learning and it shows.
Yeah, very cool. Well, Tim, thanks for being on the show. Enjoy the rest of the show. Awesome. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the show. Did you agree? Did you disagree? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're listening on Spotify or iTunes, be sure to follow the podcast so you don't miss an episode. Making the trades the place to be for young people is a team effort. So share this with someone and help us all out.